Hello, welcome to the first sub day most of you have had pretty much all year. So what I would like you to do is have this video on one side of your screen and have the class kick that goes over this on the other side. I would like you to pause where you need to pause and try the problems on your own. This is your instruction on the distributive property. When you come back on Monday, we're going to go full into the distributive property. So make sure you are putting in the effort to try to understand what is going on here. Okay. While the video is going on, pause it when you need to, and then fill in and try on your own. Okay. And then make corrections if you need to make corrections. So today is March 11th, and we're doing the class kick that's called distributive property, and I'm teaching you directly about the distributive property. The word to distribute means to give to each person or term or team or whatever. It's like you're in line for lunch, and they distribute the lunch to everybody who comes through the lunch line. It's to give something to each person, or in math, each term. And remember, a term is either a number or a variable like x or negative x or 5 or whatever. So when you have parentheses in an equation, that means numbers and operations in the parentheses are a group. So if you have parentheses, the stuff that's in the parentheses are a group. That's why we call them a grouping. And that's why we have to do parentheses first when we do order of operations. But there's another way we can use parentheses. So that's what we're going to go over today with the distributive property. All right, so when you have a situation like this, 3 groups of, I want to make sure that every time you see a parentheses, you think of that as groups of. So this is 3, because it's multiplication, it's groups of. So 3 groups of 4 plus 2 groups. That can sound a little confusing, can't it? So think of it this way. 4 plus 2 is a group. We've got 4 here, and we've got 2. I'm actually going to switch the color here. Boop, boop, boop. We have 4 is a group, and 2 is part of that same group. So ultimately, the group is 6, right? Not what I wanted to do. Will you please cooperate with me? All right, so we've got 4 and 2. So the 3 times the 4 plus 2 means that we have 3 groups of the 4 plus 2 group. So here's the 4 plus 2 group, and here it is 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So we have how many total pieces there? Well, we have 6 in each group because we have 4 plus 2 in each group, 6, 12, 18. So 3 groups of 4 plus 2 equals 18. So another way to think of this is we've got 3 groups of 4 plus 2. We can take this and say 3 times 4 plus 3 times 2. So 3 times 4 plus 3 times 2. So what that looks like is this. We've got 3 groups of 4, 3 groups of 4, which equals 12. And we've got 3 groups of 2. So we've got 3 groups of 2. And that equals 6 more. Now what we can do is we take the 12 plus the 6, the 12 plus the 6, and it equals 18. Okay, so that's how the distributive property kind of works. We're going to do a couple of practices. So here's what we're looking for. I've got two groups of 4 plus 1. So on the first line, I'm going to take 2 times 4 and put it down here. And then on the second line, I'm going to put adding 2 times 1. So it becomes 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 1 is 2, 8 plus 2 is 10. So the answer here is 10. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and do the next one. All right, so here we are coming back. So we're going to start by saying 2 times 6. We're distributing that 6 to all parts of the group. 2 times 6 plus, or 6 times 2, plus 6 times 3. All right, so 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. If I add those together, I've got 30. So all of these equal 30. It's just another way to think of multiplication. Okay, go ahead and pause the video and do the next one. All right, so our first line is doing the individual ones. So we've got 3 times 6 plus 3 times 3. 3 times 6 is 18, and 3 times 3 is 9. So altogether, we have 27. And if I wanted to draw this out, I would have 6 pluses plus 3 pluses. So this is my grouping, right? That's my grouping. And I have 3 of those. So I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to paste another one. And I'm going to paste another one. And all together, if we counted them up individually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, we'd have 27 total pieces there. Okay? So you're going to have to draw models starting on the next page. So you might as well get used to the models. When I cut and paste, I do Shift, Start S. I hit Shift, Start, and S, and then it gives me this little thing here, and I can then clip anything I want. I don't know how your Chromebook works. And then to paste, I just do Control V, and it pastes it for me. So that's going to be helpful with this next bit. Okay, so it's similar when we have a variable instead of a number. So here's an example. We've got 4 groups of x plus 3. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our grouping. And our grouping is x, 1 positive x, and 3 positives. 3 positive ones. So you are going to be drawing them. Okay, so that's our grouping. Now, what we are going to do is cut this. And I've got 4 of those groups. Control V, Control V, Control V. Now what we have to do is we have to simplify it. I know, it's a lot of work. So I'm going to also write this. This becomes, well, we can simplify it 2 ways. How many x's do we have now? We have 4 x's. And how many little bitty ones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're combining like terms, and we have 4 x's and 12 little bitty ones. So you could also look at it this way. distributing the 4 to x means we have 4 x's plus we have 4 times 3, 4 groups of 3, which becomes the 12. So it ends up being the same thing with the model and then just using the math. Okay, you go ahead and try the next one, build the models. All right, so here we go. We're going to check your work. 6 little bitty ones, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we've got 1x. Okay, but now that's our grouping. 6 plus x is our grouping. Now we need 2 of those. Okay, so let's simplify. What do we have all together? Let's combine our like terms. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ones. And we have 2 x's. So 12 plus 2x. And again, if we had done it this way, we have 2 groups of 6 plus 2 x's, which makes it 2 groups of 6 is 12 plus the 2x. We don't know what x is, so we can't solve for that side. All right, go ahead and give this one a try. We got a negative this time. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start with 2 negatives. Oops, that's not a 2. Okay, we're going to start with 2 negative ones. Negative 1, negative 1. And we have 1 positive x. Okay, so that's our grouping. We've got 2 negative 1s and we've got 1x. We need how many of these groups? Yeah, we need 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I did 1 too many, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need this one. So what do we have all together? We're going to simplify. We're going to combine like terms. So we've got how many x's? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. And how many negative ones do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Negative 10. So 5 groups of negative 2 plus x is 5x plus negative 10. All right, last one. Try some more. Give them a try. All right, so hopefully go ahead and do all 3. Okay, here we go. We start with a grouping of 2 negative x's, negative x, and a negative x. Oh, those are really awful negative x's, but that's okay. And we've got 5 little bitty ones. All right, so that's our grouping. Negative 2x plus 5 is our grouping. And we have how many of those? 3. Okay, so I'm going to make that a little smaller so it fits. So I have 3 of those groupings. So what do I have all together? How many negative x's do I have? Yeah, I have negative 6x, and I have how many positive ones? So I have 5 here, 10, 15. Okay, next one. I've got 2 positive ones, and I've got 1x, and that's a positive x as well. Oops, I made that an x squared. I'm going to put it on its side though, make it look like a a face. Okay, so I've got 2 1s and 1 x. How many of those do I need? I need 6 of them. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many x's, how many positive x's do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positive x's. So I've got 6x plus how many 1s? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 6 groups of 2 plus x equals 6x plus 12. Okay, last one. We've got 5 negative x's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 negative x's, and we have 1 positive 1. Okay, that's our grouping. We have negative 5x plus 1 positive 1. Okay, how many of that grouping do we have? Yep, we have 2 of those. So I'm just going to clip it and paste it one time. And now I have 2 of those groupings. So what do I have all together for my negative x's? Yeah, I have negative 10 x's now, right? I've got 5 here and 5 here. So I've got negative 10 x's plus 1, 2 plus 2. All right, that's what we got. Thank you. Have a great day.